So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. This time it is a preview. Something I didn't manage to do for the Aston Villa game. Was that a good omen? I don't know. But we're 6 unbeaten heading into this Carabao Cup game against Leeds United, who are absolutely on their knees at the moment. Can't buy a win. And I don't think that's going to change tomorrow. Before I get into the preview, make sure you are smashing the likes up on this video. I would appreciate that. Big up to everyone who does that. And thank you to everyone who has subscribed. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. It's absolutely free of charge to subscribe to this channel. Make sure you check out more League Gunner. I've got some content coming out on that real soon. I've had a bit of a break on that channel, and I will be uploading again on that channel real soon. So go and check that out. That link's in the description. And tomorrow, there will be a full match day program. I am on with Terry as well on the Football Terrace tomorrow afternoon. So I've got that, then the watch along with the build up, the phone in and stuff like that, all the fan cams and player ratings. So busy evening tomorrow evening. But hopefully we're not going to see a poor performance, because I like cup competitions. League, it is what it is. I'm just going through the motions this season. I ain't interested, if I'm honest. This guy, for me, everyone who watches this channel knows I can't stand Arteta. And like I said, every win is just another month he stays in the job. So it is what it is. With the Cups, it's kind of different, because I've actually been alive long enough to have seen us win 2 League Cups. Yes, I am very old, albeit the first one I was 5, so I don't really remember it, if I'm honest. But I do remember the Cup double in '93 when we beat Sheffield Wednesday in both the finals, which was mad. Absolutely insane. And it's a cup competition that I think has totally been devalued over the last 20 years or so. I think Arsene Wenger's got a big part to play in that as well. Sir Alex Ferguson's another one. I think that because the prize money and the league positions and the Champions League was more important and was bigger prize money, they kind of just said, oh, whatever, we'll just throw the kids out in this competition, which I don't really like, if I'm honest. I mean, back then we had a lot of good youngsters. It was only when everyone caught us up in terms of youngsters and in terms of the French market and stuff like that, then all of a sudden it went like that. And we went down here and everyone else went up there. But I don't like this throwing the kids out in the competitions. At the end of the day, if a kid's good enough to play, he's old enough. It's as simple as that, and changing the whole team around in a cup competition. And what winds me up the most is when the lesser teams do it, like not the bigger teams in the league. Even teams in League One will go and change a whole 11. It's like, you don't win anything, mate. Like, have a go and attack the competition. Some teams like have got to semi-finals and quarterfinals and stuff like that, but few and far between, if we're honest. And it's normally ends up with Man City winning it in recent years. But I just think, like, this is an opportunity to go and have a day out at Wembley. It's an opportunity to go and win a trophy. It's an opportunity to actually have some sort of silverware, instead of sitting there bleating on about, oh, I finished 4th. Yeah, well done. 3rd loser. Here's my medal for winning a trophy, by the way. So I think it's something that I want to win. Obviously, I don't want this manager here, but I think cup competitions, I do like the cups, man. And that's probably because of my age. Probably because I've grown up on the cups being important before money killed football and before Champions League qualification, getting 4th and all of that rubbish, totally put a dampener on these domestic cups. But sadly, I do think we're going to change the team tomorrow. And I also think Leeds United will as well, because Leeds United are sat right down near the bottom of the table. In fact, let me see where they're sat. I think they've only won 1 league game this season. There we go, Premier League table. They are currently 17th, so they're just above the relegation zone by 3 points. They've got 1 win all season. And that's actually abysmal. Oh my days. They've conceded 16 goals and scored 8. It just goes to show all the hype around Bielsa, and all of a sudden, the 2nd season in the Premier League, he's been found out. And how many times does that happen, by the way? That a team will come up, they'll do well, Sheffield United, the following season, bang, found out, ta-ta, get back in the Championship. Happens quite a lot, and that just goes to show how tough the Premier League is, and how hard it is to stay in it, which is why, teams like Brentford, they've come up and done pretty well so far this season. Yeah, but again, the test is if he stays up and goes next season. I said this when Leeds came up and everyone was hyping up Bielsa. I said, yeah, cool, decent manager. Let's see if he can do it in a 2nd season. not quite happening for the fella. But I do think that for him and for Leeds United, staying in the Premier League is going to be seen as more important than winning a trophy because of the financial implications. Obviously, it's a lot more money to be in the Premier League than it is in the Championship. So I think he will change his whole team, if I'm honest. Pretty much the whole 11 will be swapped. I think we'll play with probably 7 or 8 changes, maybe 9, 10, or all 11. But I do think Lacazette's going to start this game. I think Martinelli will start the game. I think we'll see Sambi Lokonga start the game, Mohamed El Neni start the game, Rob Holding, Cedric, players like that. I'm not sure whether Tierney's fit. I wouldn't even bother putting him in anyway because I don't think he'd be 100% fit. So maybe go with Nuno Tavares, but he'll probably go Kolasinac. Leno might get a game. So yeah, I do think he's gonna swap quite a lot of this team around. It'd be nice to see Martinelli get a run out because I do rate Martinelli, but at the same time, it's like Martinelli should be starting league games and getting into the league starting teams because he has actually got an output and a distribution and a passing accuracy and dribbling success and stuff like that, and he can make things happen. He's a very dangerous player, but at the moment we're 6 unbeaten, so it's probably a reason why he's not been getting games because we have been unbeaten. But I do think we'll win the game quite comfortably, if I'm honest. At the Emirates, under the lights, midweek, I think it's going to be a walk in the park. Regardless of who Leeds start, they could start their first team. I still think we'll beat them because I think this season they're very poor. And the thing with Leeds that's very similar to Liverpool is they like to press. The difference is Leeds, it seems to have caught up on them now after 2 or 3 years. Whereas with Liverpool, they've got that second wind and they've gone again. I don't know whether that's because they had a lot of injuries in the middle part of last season. So they've kind of had their rest and recovery time. Whereas with Leeds, they didn't have 20 odd players over the course of over the course of the season playing centre back. So maybe that has caught up with them now, and that's why they're not quite as relentless as they were in the first couple of seasons under Bielsa, because they were outrunning everyone, literally everyone. And now I'm not quite sure that's the case. And they played very well against Wolves the other day. They deserved something in that game, but at the same time, the way they were cheering when they equalised with 3 minutes of stoppage time to go and kicking the corner flag and all that, it's like football's gone, man. It really has. Like, you've just scored an equalising goal in front of your fans at your ground to get you back in the game with 3 minutes of stoppage time to go, and you run off and kick the corner flag, snap it in half and celebrate for a minute. Why don't you just go and pick the ball up, go back to centre circle and try and win? And a lot of these players, they play for personal glory rather than team glory. And sadly, that is a damning indictment on modern football. But this isn't just a slagging off of modern football, by the way. I am going to give a prediction. I do think we'll win. Like I said, I do think we'll win comfortable. I think we'll win 4-1. I think Leeds will probably score, especially if we're having Rob Holding, Pablo Marie, Cedric, players like that in the team. I do think we will concede. But I do think with Lacazette, Martinelli, etc., I do think we've got more than enough. Pepe will probably start as well. Got more than enough to bag goals against this lot. So it is what it is. We'll be through to the next round. And the next round draw is on Wednesday night, I believe, straight after the game. So yeah, looking forward to it. I do like the cups, like I said. Let me know in the comment section down below what your starting 11 would be. Let me know whether you want to win this cup. I've actually been at Wembley and seen us lose to Pep's team a couple of seasons back. Not a good day out at Wembley. But there we go. It is what it is. Leave it all in the comment section down below. Let me know your thoughts and feelings on that. Let me know how highly you rate this competition, or whether you don't, whether it's just a hindrance, whether you agree with me about swapping players around and all of this. Leave it all downstairs in the comment section. Make sure you subscribe, like, and share. And I'll be back again tomorrow afternoon on Football Terrace with Terry. And then I'll be back on here. The game kicks off at 9:15 my time, so that's 7:15 UK time. I'm out of here, people. Laters.